Hey everyone, welcome back to Better English. I'm Emma.
And I'm Leo. And today we're talking about something that I think everyone can relate to, saving money.
Oh yes, this is such a universal topic, isn't it? No matter where you're from or what language you speak, saving money is something we all struggle with.
Absolutely. And the title of today's episode is Why Saving Money Feels Hard. Because let's be honest, it really does feel hard sometimes.
It does. Even when we know we should save, even when we want to save, somehow the money just disappears.
Right? Like, where does it go? I swear sometimes I look at my bank account and think, I just got paid 3 days ago. How is there so little money left?
I think we've all been there, Leo. And today we're going to explore why this happens, talk about the psychology behind spending and saving, and share some practical tips that might actually help.
Perfect. So, Emma, let's start with a simple question. Why is saving money so difficult?
Well, I think there are many reasons, but one of the biggest ones is what we call instant gratification. This means wanting something immediately, right now, instead of waiting for it.
Oh, that's so true. We live in a world where we can get almost anything instantly. Want food? Order delivery. Want a new shirt? Buy it online and get it tomorrow. Want to watch a movie? Just click and watch.
Exactly. Everything is so fast and convenient now. When I was younger, if I wanted to buy something special, I had to save money for weeks or even months, go to the store and buy it.
Right. But now, with credit cards and online shopping, we can buy things immediately, even if we don't have the money right now.
And that's dangerous, isn't it? Because we're spending money we haven't actually earned yet.
Exactly. This brings us to an important phrase, living beyond your means. This means spending more money than you actually earn.
So if I earn $2,000 a month, but I spend $2,500, I'm living beyond my means.
Precisely. And a lot of people do this without even realizing it. They use credit cards, take out loans, and slowly get into debt.
Get into debt. That means to owe money to someone. And being in debt is really stressful.
It is. I remember when I had student loans, it felt like this heavy weight on my shoulders. I was thinking about it all the time.
Oh, I totally understand that feeling. Debt can really affect your mental health and your quality of life. You feel like you're working just to pay back what you already spent.
Exactly. It's like running on a treadmill. You're working hard, but not actually moving forward.
That's a perfect analogy. So, Leo, what's another reason why saving money feels hard?
Well, I think another big reason is what we call lifestyle inflation. This is when your spending increases as your income increases.
Oh, this is so common. Let's say you get a raise at work, you start earning more money. Instead of saving that extra money, you start spending more.
Right. Like you get a better job, so you think, great, now I can afford a nicer apartment, a newer car, more expensive clothes.
Exactly. You upgrade your lifestyle. And there's nothing wrong with treating yourself sometimes. But if you upgrade everything every time you earn more, you'll never save money.
Because your expenses keep growing along with your income. So even though you're earning more, you're not actually saving more.
Precisely. And this is really common. People think, when I earn more money, I'll start saving. But then they earn more and they just spend more too.
That's such a trap. So what should people do instead?
Well, financial experts often recommend something called paying yourself first.
What does that mean?
It means that when you receive your salary, the first thing you should do is transfer some money to your savings account. You pay yourself before you pay for anything else.
Oh, I like that. So instead of saving whatever is left at the end of the month, you save first and then spend what's left.
Exactly, because let's be honest, there's usually nothing left at the end of the month.
So true. I always think I'll have money left over to save, but somehow it never happens. There's always something. Groceries, bills, that thing I forgot I needed.
Right. That's why paying yourself first is such a smart strategy. You make saving automatic.
Automatic. It happens without you having to think about it, right?
Yes, many banks let you set up automatic transfers. So on payday, the money goes straight to your savings account without you having to do anything.
That's brilliant, because if the money never reaches your regular account, you can't spend it.
Exactly. Out of sight, out of mind.
Out of sight, out of mind. If you can't see something, you don't think about it.
Right. So if your savings are in a separate account that you don't look at every day, you're less tempted to spend that money.
That makes so much sense. Now, Emma, can we talk about another challenge? All the temptations around us.
Oh, yes, this is huge. We're constantly bombarded with advertisements and marketing.
Bombarded? That's a strong word. It means we're attacked with loss of something, right?
Yes, we see ads everywhere on TV, on social media, on websites, on buses, in stores. Companies are always trying to convince us to buy things.
And they're very good at it. Sometimes I see an ad and suddenly I want something I didn't even know existed 5 minutes ago.
Ha, that's exactly what they want. They create a desire, a need that wasn't there before. That's the whole point of marketing.
And social media makes it worse, doesn't it? Everyone is posting about their new purchases, their vacations, their fancy dinners.
Absolutely. This creates something called FOMO, fear of missing out. It's the feeling that everyone else is having fun or buying nice things and you're missing out.
And FOMO is powerful. It makes us spend money just to keep up with others.
Keep up with others. That means to do the same things as other people so you don't feel left behind.
Right. There's actually an old expression in English, keeping up with the Joneses. The Joneses are an imaginary family, and the expression means trying to have the same lifestyle as your neighbors or friends.
Oh, I love that expression. So if my neighbor buys a new car, I might feel pressure to buy a new car too, just to keep up with them.
Exactly. Even if I can't afford it or don't really need it. It's all about comparison and social pressure.
And social media has made this so much worse because now we're not just comparing ourselves to our neighbors, we're comparing ourselves to everyone in the world.
That's such a good point. We see influencers with perfect lives, celebrities with expensive things, and we forget that what we see online isn't always reality.
Right. People only post the best parts of their lives. They don't post about their credit card debt or their financial struggles.
Exactly. So it's important to remember, don't compare your reality to someone else's highlight reel.
Highlight reel. That's the best moments, like the best clips from a sports game, right?
Yes, it's only the best, most exciting parts, not the boring or difficult parts.
So true. Okay, Leo, let's talk about another reason saving is hard. Unexpected expenses.
Oh yes, this is a big one. No matter how well you plan, life throws unexpected things at you.
Life throws unexpected things at you. What a great expression. It means life surprises you with challenges.
Right, your car breaks down, your phone stops working, you get sick and need medicine, a family member needs help.
And these things always seem to happen at the worst time, when you don't have extra money.
Exactly. This is why financial experts recommend having an emergency fund.
An emergency fund is money you save specifically for unexpected problems. It's money you don't touch unless there's a real emergency.
Ideally, you should have enough to cover 3 to 6 months of expenses, right?
Yes, but I know that sounds like a lot of money, especially if you're struggling to save anything at all.
It does seem impossible. Like, if I can barely save $50 a month, how am I going to save 6 months of expenses?
You're absolutely right, and that's why you start small. Even saving $50 a month for emergencies is better than nothing. The important thing is to start.
Start small. I like that advice. You don't have to do everything perfectly from the beginning.
Exactly. Small amounts add up over time. If you save $50 a month, that's $600 in a year.
When you put it like that, it sounds more achievable. Speaking of small amounts, can we talk about something that really affects saving? All those little purchases throughout the day.
Oh, yes. The coffee, the snacks, the apps, the subscriptions. They seem so small individually, but they add up.
Add up. That means when you combine all the small amounts, they become a large amount.
Exactly. $5 for coffee doesn't seem like much, but if you buy coffee every workday, that's about $100 a month.
Wow. When you put it like that, it sounds like a lot. That's $1,200 a year just on coffee.
Right. And I'm not saying you should never buy coffee, but it's important to be aware of these small, regular expenses.
What do financial people call these? There's a term, isn't there?
Yes, they call them money leaks or financial leaks. They're small expenses that leak out of your budget without you really noticing.
I love that image, like water leaking from a pipe. Each drop is tiny, but over time you lose a lot of water.
Exactly. Other examples are subscription services you don't use anymore, bank fees, eating out frequently, impulse purchases.
Impulse purchases. That's when you buy something without planning to, right? You just see it and buy it on impulse?
Right. You're in a store, you see something interesting, and you think, oh, I'll just get this. But you didn't need it or plan for it.
I'm so guilty of this, especially in supermarkets. I go in for milk and bread, and I come out with 10 other things I didn't plan to buy.
Ha, we all do this. That's why stores put candy and magazines near the checkout. They know people make impulse purchases while waiting in line.
It's all psychology, isn't it? They know how our brains work, and they use it against us.
They do. Which brings us to another important topic, emotional spending.
Oh, this is interesting. What is emotional spending?
Emotional spending is when you buy things not because you need them, but because of how you're feeling. You're sad, stressed, bored, or anxious, so you shop to make yourself feel better.
Oh, like retail therapy. That's when shopping makes you feel better emotionally.
Exactly. And it does work temporarily. Buying something new gives you a little rush of happiness, but it doesn't last, and then you're left with something you don't need and less money.
Right, and maybe you feel guilty afterwards, which makes you feel worse.
Exactly. It's a cycle. You feel bad, you shop to feel better, you feel guilty about spending, you feel bad again.
That sounds exhausting. So what should people do instead when they feel the urge to do emotional spending?
Well, first, recognize what you're doing. Ask yourself, am I buying this because I need it or because I'm feeling a certain way?
That's good advice. Just being aware of it can help.
Right. And then find other ways to deal with your emotions. Go for a walk, call a friend, exercise, watch a movie you already own.
Things that don't cost money but still make you feel better.
Exactly. Or if you really want to buy something, give yourself a waiting period. Tell yourself, I'll buy this, but not today. I'll wait 3 days and see if I still want it.
Oh, that's smart. Because often after a few days, you realize you don't actually want it anymore.
Precisely. The impulse passes. This is called the cooling off period.
I like that. Let the feelings cool down before you make a decision.
Exactly. Now, Leo, we should talk about another challenge, the lack of financial education.
Oh, this is so important. Most people never learn about money management in school.
Right. We learn math, science, history, but nobody teaches us how to budget, how to save, how to invest, how credit cards really work.
And then we become adults and we're supposed to just figure it out. It's crazy.
It is. And because we don't have this education, we make mistakes. We get into debt, we don't save for retirement, we don't understand interest rates.
Interest rates, that's the percentage the bank charges when you borrow money or pays when you save money, right?
Yes, and understanding interest rates is crucial. If you have credit card debt, you might be paying 15 or 20% interest, which means your debt grows very quickly.
That's scary. So a small debt can become a big debt very fast.
Exactly. But on the other hand, if you save money and earn interest, your savings can grow over time.
This is called compound interest, right?
Yes, compound interest is when you earn interest on your interest, so your money grows faster and faster over time.
Albert Einstein supposedly said that compound interest is the most powerful force in the universe.
I don't know if he actually said that, but it shows how powerful it is. If you start saving young and let compound interest work, you can build real wealth.
But most young people don't save because they think, I'm young, I have plenty of time.
Exactly, but the earlier you start, the better. Even small amounts make a huge difference over time.
So what's the solution to this lack of financial education?
Well, we have to educate ourselves. Read books about personal finance, listen to podcasts, watch videos, take courses.
There are so many free resources online now.
Exactly. There's no excuse not to learn. And it doesn't have to be complicated. Start with the basics: budgeting, tracking your expenses, saving a percentage of your income.
Speaking of budgeting, can we talk about that? Because I think a lot of people find budgeting really difficult.
Oh, yes, budgeting is essential, but it can feel restrictive. People think of a budget as a punishment, like a diet.
Right, it feels like you're not allowed to have any fun or spend any money.
But that's not what a budget is. A budget is just a plan for your money. It tells your money where to go instead of wondering where it went.
Oh, I like that. Tell your money where to go instead of wondering where it went.
Right. A budget gives you control and freedom, not restriction.
How so?
Because when you have a budget, you can plan for the things you want. You can say, okay, I want to save for a vacation. I need $500. That means I need to save $100 a month for 5 months.
So you're making a plan to get what you want, not just spending randomly and hoping it works out.
Exactly. And a budget also helps you see where your money is actually going. A lot of people are shocked when they track their spending and see how much they spend on certain things.
Like that coffee example you mentioned earlier.
Exactly. You might not realize you're spending $100 a month on coffee until you actually track it.
So what's a simple way to start budgeting?
There's a popular method called the 50-30-20 rule. 50% of your income goes to needs, rent, food, utilities, transportation. 30% goes to wants, entertainment, dining out, hobbies, and 20% goes to savings and debt repayment.
That sounds pretty simple. So if I earned $2,000 a month, I'd spend $1,000 on needs, $600 on wants, and save $400.
Exactly. Of course, this is just a guideline. Everyone's situation is different, but it's a good starting point.
And what if someone can't save 20%? What if they can only save 5%?
Then save 5%. Something is better than nothing. The habit of saving is more important than the amount, especially when you're starting out.
That's encouraging. Start where you are, not where you wish you were.
Exactly. Now, Leo, we should talk about another big challenge: peer pressure and social expectations.
Oh, yes. This is related to what we talked about earlier with social media and keeping up with others.
Right, but it goes beyond social media. Sometimes it's your actual friends and family who create pressure to spend.
How so?
Well, imagine your friends want to go to an expensive restaurant every week, or they always want to go on expensive trips. If you say no because you can't afford it, you might feel left out or judged.
That's tough. You don't want to lose your friends, but you also can't afford to keep up with their lifestyle.
Exactly. And sometimes people aren't understanding. They might say, "Oh, come on, just put it on your credit card," or "You only live once."
You only live once, YOLO. That's used to justify spending money on experiences, right?
Yes, and experiences are important, but you have to balance living in the moment with planning for the future.
So what should someone do in this situation?
First, be honest with your friends. Real friends will understand if you say, "Hey, I'm trying to save money. Can we do something less expensive?"
That takes courage, though.
It does, but it's better than going into debt to impress people. And you might be surprised. Often other people feel the same way, but nobody wants to say it first.
That's true. Maybe everyone is pretending they can afford it.
Exactly. And second, suggest alternative activities that are free or cheap. Instead of an expensive restaurant, have a potluck dinner at home. Instead of an expensive trip, go camping or explore your own city.
Those can actually be more fun anyway. Some of my best memories are from cheap or free activities.
Same here. The amount of money you spend doesn't determine how much fun you have.
That's such an important point. Okay, Emma, we're running out of time, but can we talk about one more thing? The importance of having goals.
Oh, yes, this is crucial. It's much easier to save money when you have a specific goal.
Right. Saving just to save feels pointless, but saving for something specific, a vacation, a car, a house, retirement, gives you motivation.
Exactly. And it helps to visualize your goal. If you're saving for a trip to Japan, put a picture of Japan on your wall. Every time you want to buy something unnecessary, look at that picture and ask yourself, do I want this coffee or do I want to go to Japan?
That's powerful. It makes the choice very clear.
Right. And it's also helpful to have both short-term and long-term goals. Short-term might be saving for a new phone or a vacation. Long-term might be saving for retirement or a house.
Why is it important to have both?
Because short-term goals give you quick wins and keep you motivated. If you're only saving for retirement, which is 30 years away, it's hard to stay motivated.
That makes sense. You need to see progress and feel like you're achieving something.
Exactly. And celebrate your wins. When you reach a savings goal, acknowledge it. You worked hard for that.
Just don't celebrate by spending all the money you just saved.
Good point. Celebrate in a way that doesn't undo your progress.
Right. Okay, Emma, let's do a quick summary of what we've talked about today.
Great idea. So we've discussed why saving money feels hard. We talked about instant gratification, living beyond your means, lifestyle inflation, and getting into debt.
We talked about the strategy of paying yourself first and making savings automatic. We discussed the temptations around us, advertisements, social media, FOMO, and keeping up with the Joneses.
We talked about unexpected expenses and the importance of an emergency fund. We discussed money leaks and impulse purchases and how small expenses add up over time.
We talked about emotional spending and retail therapy and how to recognize when you're buying things for the wrong reasons.
We discussed the lack of financial education and the importance of educating yourself about money. We talked about budgeting and the 50-30-20 rule.
And we talked about peer pressure, social expectations, and the importance of having savings goals to stay motivated.
Wow, we covered a lot.
We did, and the main message is this: saving money is hard, but it's not impossible. You just need to understand why it's hard and develop strategies to overcome those challenges.
Exactly. Start small, be consistent, educate yourself, and don't compare yourself to others.
And remember, it's okay to make mistakes. Nobody is perfect with money. The important thing is to keep trying and keep learning.
Beautifully said, Leo. Well, everyone, thank you so much for listening to this episode of Better English.
We hope you learned some useful vocabulary and expressions and maybe got some ideas about how to improve your own saving habits.
If you found this episode helpful, please share it with your friends who are learning English or who struggle with saving money.
And let us know in the comments, what's your biggest challenge when it comes to saving money? What strategies work for you?
We'd love to hear from you. Okay, everyone, until next time, take care of yourselves and your money.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.